We know you want to get right to the core of a topic, really understand it without spending ages searching. So that's exactly what we're doing today.
Yeah, diving deep.
We're taking a close look at this, well, really compelling spoken piece called Living Every Day. It's by Reverend Raymond Smith. We've also got some background on him.
Okay.
And our mission basically is to unpack the main message, get a feel for the perspective behind it. We've got the transcript of the piece and, like I said, some biographical info.
Sounds good. So where do we start?
Well, let's dive into the piece itself. Living every day, what's the first thing that strikes you?
Oh, the energy.
Yeah.
Definitely the energy, right from the first words. You hear, oh yeah, sound like y'all trying to set something on fire up in here.
Yeah.
Come on, let's praise the Lord a little while. Put your hands together. It immediately creates this atmosphere. Very participatory, very alive.
It really does. It feels like you're in the room almost. And that sense of participation, it carries on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
With the calls to praise, the encouragement.
Absolutely. Like, come on, help me out, people, to praise. It's not just listening. It's joining in.
Right. But then pretty quickly, this central idea starts coming through. And it's repeated a lot.
Living every day like it's your life.
Exactly. That phrase becomes a sort of anchor, repeated again and again. It's clearly the core theme he wants to hammer home.
That repetition is powerful, isn't it? It drills the message in.
Yeah.
It makes it feel less like a suggestion and more like, well, a principle for living.
And the way he calls out to the audience, help me out, people.
Yeah.
It suggests this isn't just an individual thing, it's communal. What do you think about that?
I think it's key. It frames the whole message within a shared context. Maybe share faith, share struggle, shared goals. It's not about going it alone.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Then we get this theme of, pushing through hard times.
Yeah, the lines about trying to make it through.
Right. No matter how hard it seems, God will bring you through. There's this strong sense of resilience there, grounded in faith.
Definitely. Overcoming adversity through faith is a major undercurrent. And then there's that curious phrase.
Yeah, 99.5 won't do.
Right. It pops up a couple of times. What do you make of that? It makes you stop and think, what's the missing 0.5% about?
It really does. It implies maybe that partial commitment isn't enough. Like, you can't hold back even a tiny bit if you want to truly live this way.
That's how I read it, too. It suggests a kind of wholeheartedness. All or nothing, almost. No halfway measures if you're serious about this path.
It sets a high bar, and then following that, the tone shifts somewhat.
It does. It moves from that general encouragement and the core principle to something much more specific.
Yeah, it pivots to this list of things that, won't do.
And this is where the abstract idea of living every day like it's your life gets very practical, very concrete.
Very. It lays out specific behaviors that are considered unacceptable. Things like, what were they? Lying on your brother won't do.
Fighting with your sister won't do. Interpersonal stuff?
Right. And then more personal conduct, things like cheating on your wife won't do, or sneaking on your husband.
And it goes on, smoking and doping won't do. Drinking and gambling won't do. Even things related to religious practice.
Like sleeping in the church won't do, or not reading your word.
And social interactions, talking about your neighbor, imitating others, judging others, putting others down, even being jealous of your friend.
Wow, it's quite a comprehensive list. It touches on honesty, family, fidelity, substance use, religious devotion, how you treat others.
It really does. And the list continues, covering things like arrogance, turning up your nose, not being generous, not giving to the Lord, and even idolatry, worship of other gods.
So it's this interesting mix. You have the positive affirmation, live every day like it's your life, side by side, with these very clear warnings about what undermines that way of living.
Exactly. It defines the path not just by what you should do, but also very clearly by what you shouldn't. The boundaries are sharp. No gray areas presented here.
It's direct. But it's not all about what not to do, is it? There are these moments of real positive aspiration, too.
Oh, absolutely. Think about lines like, I'll walk, I'll run, in the end I'll fly.
Yeah, that's powerful imagery. It suggests effort, progress, and ultimately, transcendence almost, triumph.
I think so. It paints a picture of striving, growing, overcoming. It's the flip side of the won't-do list. It's the positive action, the journey upwards.
And there are other positive actions mentioned too, right? Things people should be doing.
Yes, like forgiveness. Oh, every day I'm forgiving. Prayer, I stay on my knees and pray to the Lord.
Love for Jesus, talking to God.
And ultimately, this idea, I live my life that pleases God.
Yeah.
That seems to be the goal that encompasses all the positive actions and avoids the negative ones.
So it's a demanding framework, but also one that holds out a promise of spiritual growth and fulfillment.
Precisely. Now, maybe we should connect this to the speaker himself, Reverend Raymond Smith.
Good idea. Because knowing his background might shed some light on this message. We know he's actually Dr. Raymond Smith.
Right, a Christian psychologist and counselor. That combination itself is interesting.
It really is. Psychology and Christian counseling. How do you think that specific background might shape a message like living every day?
Well, his professional focus seems to be on empowering people, helping them navigate challenges using wisdom and compassion. That resonates directly with the themes in the piece, doesn't it? Personal responsibility, making good choices, overcoming struggles.
Yeah, definitely. And he's also described as a motivational speaker, aiming to inspire positive change.
Which fits the energetic, encouraging tone we noted earlier. Plus, his qualifications, a master's in counseling, a doctorate in Christian counseling, with an emphasis on psychology, that's a solid grounding and understanding, human behavior, motivation, but within that faith framework.
And we also found out he's currently the program director at an organization called NovaPath's THP.
Right, and he apparently runs training sessions called If You Can Change Your Mind, You Can Change Your Life.
That title, it connects so clearly back to the message, doesn't it? The idea that internal change, changing your mindset, is the key to transforming how you live your life day to day.
Exactly. It suggests his approach combines psychological principles about mindset and change with the spiritual directives we hear in living every day. It's about taking control of your thoughts and choices to align with these guiding principles.
So when we kind of bring it all together, the piece itself and what we know about Dr. Smith, what's the main takeaway?
Well, I think the core message is really that insistent call. Live intentionally every single day.
Guided by faith?
Guided by faith, yes, and by a pretty clear set of moral guidelines. It's about actively choosing positive actions, striving for growth.
While consciously rejecting behaviors that are seen as destructive or contrary to that path.
That's a good way to put it. It's a blend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Deep spiritual encouragement matched with really practical, almost behavioral instructions for daily living.
And understanding his background as a Christian psychologist really helps you see how those two sides, the spiritual and the psychological focus on behavior and mindset, might naturally come together in his work.
Absolutely. It provides a context for the emphasis on personal responsibility and transformation that runs through the piece.
So for you listening, as you've heard us talk through living every day, maybe take a moment to think about that central idea again, living each day fully, purposefully.
Yeah, and consider those specific things listed under won't do. How do they land with you? How do they relate to your own values or your own definition of a well-lived life?
It's interesting to reflect on. And, if this perspective from Reverend Dr. Raymond Smith caught your interest, you can look up his work. We mentioned Nova Paths and his training sessions.
Definitely worth exploring if it resonated.
So we'll leave you with this question to think about. How does that idea, living every day like it's your life, how might that, practically speaking, influence the choices you make day in and day out? Something to mull over.